feeling like I'm Akademiks.
Let me know that Young Thug, not Thugger Daily, Thugger. Or is that his Instagram name? No, his Twitter name is just Young Thug, right? Okay. Young Thug has tweeted out, Drake, Future Metro, we all brothers. Music ain't the same without us collabing. Oh, interesting. I've heard, and I don't know the full details behind this, so I'll just say loosely, but I have it on good authority. I would definitely not say squashed. I would not say squashed because I know people love to make headlines. But what's happening in a few days is Drake is going to 21 Savage's birthday party. Metro is going to be at that birthday party. When is the birthday party? Let me see. 21 Savage. It may be on his page. Is it on his page? Yeah, right here. Okay, yeah. So it's tomorrow, right? Drake is gonna be there. Metro is gonna be there. And from what I've gotten to is that I would not use the word squash, but I've understood that there will be no Negro drama and hood ratchet Zeus activity going on there. Nobody's going to be, chasing a bunch of niggas down, trying to snatch chains, hitting each other over the head with bottles. And that is probably the result of conversations. I don't know if necessarily between the two, but between mutual parties. And by the way, 21's not my source if anybody's going to speculate. But I would imagine that he probably helped facilitate some of that. And I'm guessing that Thug is probably aware of that. That's why this tweet is going to come out. Maybe Future's going to be there too. I don't know if Future's going to be there, but I got it on good authority that Drake and Metro is scheduled to be in the same building tomorrow. And it was a conversation that had to be had among men to know exactly where it is. Now, again, I'm not saying these niggas are friends, but it appears that we're expected to have cooler heads prevail. Okay? Now, yeah, Drake had made some comment about the party saying, oh, we gonna be twins or some shit like that. Like, where is that? Yeah, Drake was like, because he was just like, yeah, here's a birthday party we're doing from the 2008 to 2013 era. Drake says so specific. Can we get reference pics? I don't know if Metro necessarily commented, but apparently Metro is going to be there. And yeah, it should be a good old time. Should be a good old time. And by the way, here's the thing. I think that's good. Like, do I think Drake and Metro are going to be friends? Fuck no. Like, I don't think they're going to be like best buds. But it probably puts 21 in like a really weird situation. He loves and supports Drake. But if he stands up for Drake against pretty much anybody other than Kendrick, it's like he's going against Atlanta. Right? And for the people who might be like, well, you could say something about Kendrick. That's some lyrical battle between two niggas who are lyricists. You get what I'm saying? It's not like, Kendrick has like reasonably like threatened Drake, like, yo, you can't come to the West. It's not like that. So, yeah, from the get-go, 21's been like in a really weird position, but apparently maybe his birthday party is going to be the thing that kind of like reunites people. Now, let me ask y'all the question. If you're Drake, and I guess this goes off a lot of what you think his mind state is, do you go to that party and have the respect for 21 to be like, yo, I'm gonna let that nigga be over there and me be over here? We do know one of the last times Drake was in a club with one of his enemies or purported enemies, him and Chris Brown started throwing bottles. Okay, so I don't think that's not gonna happen. But I guess I'm asking y'all, do y'all think that if you're Drake, could you forgive Metro? Right? I'm not saying he did, but I'm saying, could you? I personally think that he can't forgive Kendrick. But I think it's a possibility way in the future he might. I've likened it to the Meek stuff. I think Drake had a pretty unblemished music career until Meek blemished it. And I don't care what he said afterwards. It's not like you can retract that stench or that rumor that you put on someone. And yes, I get that the rumor that Kendrick said is way worse. Like somebody calling you a PDF file is way worse than someone saying you don't write your raps. But I don't think Drake ain't getting locked up for nothing. Like he's actually not. It's like somebody just saying that we beat you up and they didn't beat you up. Even though clearly it makes you look creepy. I get it. Drake's musical, it was like Meek added an asterisk to Drake's musical achievements. I think ultimately with this battle with Kendrick, even if you believe Kendrick won, I don't think him calling Drake a PDF file matters at all. Unless some weird shit come out about Drake, right? But we're moving on the assumption that it won't. So that doesn't really matter as much, even though I could understand being more upset at that, because as a man, that's just something you don't want people to kind of say about you. So if you ask me, I believe that Drake and Kendrick, I think they shouldn't make up ever. There was a strategic reason why Drake and Meek had to make up at some point. You know, because the wise man told me, if nobody finna die about this beef, eventually somebody gonna have to squash it, right? And Drake was moving around with a lot of niggas who was also cool with Meek, and it becomes this weird, you gotta be moving a certain way, and if one goes, the other can't go. It became a really odd situation, and a lot of people were in the middle, right? You gotta remember, Future's in the middle. You have all these like middle order guys who are like pretty much street dudes, and Drake was hanging with the street dudes. Like it was causing like, all right, we got to pick which one we're going to hang out with for the day. That's why I think strategically that got patched up. When it comes to Kendrick, there's nothing that they need to move around, do together. It's like Kendrick is like fucking Ghost. He doesn't go nowhere. And respectfully, like he's not all over the place. So it doesn't threaten Drake's existence or Drake moving around. So there is no real upside for him to patch it up with Kendrick. Right? Now, will he patch it up with Metro? I think the most egregious thing with Metro is does Drake internalize? Does he internalize that everything that's happened up to and including the beef and the battle with Kendrick, does he blame that on Metro for Metro basically starting the 20v1? If that's the case, maybe, and again, it's all relative to Drake's success. If Drake is, even gets to another peak of hotness, pause, in a year or two, you can forgive anybody, because listen, when you're number one, you can forgive the loser, right? Like you could forgive Meek Mill for snitching on you or lie snitching about you when you beat his ass in a battle. You don't forgive the nigga who beat your ass or who set up for you to get jumped until you get your get back, right? So we'll see if he gets cool with these guys, but I do think this Thug tweet is related to that. I think Thug is in tune with what's going on. And also, Thug is probably like a 21 Savage in the situation where you got to remember, Thug and Future was going at it for a while. I thought that was a little bit odd. Well, not odd, but that was a little bit probably interesting for everybody because both of them had like this stronghold on Atlanta. And, with all due respect to Future, it felt like Thug was more just the raggedy street dude who maybe just had more pressure that way, but Future's like the goddamn GOAT. So they finally patched it up. And maybe Thug is thinking that, Drake and Metro could patch it up. Right? Going from the lines that Drake said about Metro, it feels like there's a disdain there, though. Metro, shut your whole ass up and make some drums, nigga. But even then, I don't think any of those got too personal that Metro can't get over it, right? I don't think any of those got too personal that Metro can't get over it. So let's see. And who knows? Could I see Drake and Metro working together in the future? All pun intended. Yeah. Could I see Drake, Future, and Metro on a track together? Fuck yeah. So we'll see what that is, but I do think this tweet is very. The timing is because probably some conversations has happened. So we'll see. We will see. Anyway, Atlanta finna be jumping. All right.